Hello and welcome to the post show of Royal Challengers Bangalore versus Gujarat Giants match. Gujarat has won the match, has barely won the match, which they should have won quite easily. Uh, Bharat, your first comments on the match and how it panned out eventually. Then we'll go on dissecting more in more details.
One of those matches, obviously, that Gujarat Giants should have won it easily, but again, they made a meal of it. Yeah, the one good thing that Gujarat Giants they had was Sophia Dunkley obviously came good for them. They needed some impetus at the top, and she's someone obviously we have seen right from the time of 2018 T20 World Cup when she put on that stand, I think against the West Indies or for the matter for Surrey Stars for England, someone who uses the crease really well. She looks to play over covers, then she has that scoop or lap, and then she can also play the paddle. So someone who kind of uses the crease and that kind of perhaps ensured that Priti Bose lost her rhythm because suddenly she was up against someone who really used the crease really well. And obviously that kind of a score, 200 score, they should have won it easily, and they looked like winning it easily. But again, Annabelle Sutherland had a really bad ball, a really bad over. I don't know why she was again given that particular over. Anyway, but still from Sneerana's perspective, when she bowled that particular over, uh, she whenever she lost, whenever she was not able to land it on a length, she at least ensured that the low full toss would hit the bat very hard, so that made it tougher for the batter to tonker. So yeah, they just barely went through, and at least they got some points on the board. And
Bharat, obviously you mentioned Sophia Dunkley. I think another important batter for Gujarat has obviously been Harleen Deol,
uh,
67 of 45 balls. Speak to me about her innings.
yeah, it was not exactly. She didn't exactly start that well, right? And then she kind of accelerated afterwards. So yeah, she's someone. A good part of her innings was she kind of didn't wilt under pressure when she not exactly able to time the ball or not exactly able to find the boundaries. And that's what really helped her. Even in the last match, obviously, Harleen they all scored at 46 of 32 balls. So she has been in good form for them. And obviously, if you look at,
Uh,
oh yeah, yes.
yeah, no, Bharat, I was speaking about, I was going to move to um, RCB's bowling, but before that, of course, you finish about Harleen.
No, that's it. I was actually going towards that bowling only. Anyway.
Yes. Again, they today they started with Megan Shute and
Yes.
Ellis Perry, which obviously didn't turn out well. And even Renuka, now that the ball is not swinging in these pitches, she is becoming pretty inactive, pretty ineffective.
Yeah, see, Renuka is someone, if you want to say it in cricketing terms, someone who looks to kind of kiss the ball on the surface and then ensure that the ball would move, if not in the air, a little bit off the pitch. And obviously, this stadium, the Brabourne Stadium, doesn't have much grass. At least at the DY, Patil Stadium, we saw some grass. Here, there wasn't much grass, so that didn't really help her. And also again, Elise Perry, she gave away 43 runs today of 4 overs. And again, she was trying to hit hard length. She even in the first couple of overs, she didn't look to swing. As you know, the white kookaburra swings for about a couple of overs. She could have at least tried to swing up length, but she didn't. And what really kind of was curious to watch was Les Perry trying to bowl short in end overs with Smriti Manna not having, I think, fine leg. She was having that fine leg up. She
Yes.
was it was at short fine. That was something that was curious to see. But at least the McGann's kept at least bowled slightly better compared to what she did in her previous game. But yeah, Preeti Bose had a bad game. So, but one obviously the one good point was Shayanka Patil. She bowled really well. She bowled stump to stump line. She bowled quicker to the air. I think she's quite well suited for a T20 cricket. There are a couple of videos I think on YouTube one can go through where she's again zooming the ball in the stumps, and someone who can, I think it was a game against Madhya Pradesh, I think, a senior women's T20, and then she was looking to with the bat. She was looking to play the paddle. She was trying to sweep the pace bowlers, and also I think she can play the scoop. So I think there's one bright spot for them. She looks like a good utility cricketer.
Uh, Spinners were actually slowing the run rate down. Even Heather Knight gave away just 17 runs
Yes.
in 2 overs, got 2 wickets. But we didn't see Pooja Khemnar bowling. I hope I got
Yeah.
the. No, sorry, Poonam Khemnar. I'm so
Yes.
sorry. We didn't see the leg spin of Khemnar.
Yes. Yes. Again, this points to, I think Smriti Mandhana somewhere loses the plot at some point of time. We saw it in the first couple of games as well, as you know, as one noted even previously. In the first game, I think Heather Knight took a couple of wickets and she made her bowler. That's why she made her bowler 19th over, when obviously she was more of a part-time. She's more of a part-time bowler, and someone could have. There are a couple of other options. In the second game, because in the first game, I think they bowled first and last. In the next game, she perhaps batted first. So someone she seems to follow what exactly happens before. As per that, she takes a decision. So I think she somewhere loses the plot on the field in terms of bowling changes, in terms of field placements. At least in this WPL, as I pointed out, even that fielder had shot fine. Uh, Alice Perry kept bowling short of length or back of length, and she didn't have that fielder back at fine leg. And similar with the rotation of rotating the bowlers.
Absolutely. Do you think Smriti is probably, as a captain, the challenge that Smriti is facing is that affecting her batting as well? Because she's getting starts, but she's not
It's,
converting them.
yeah, could be, but again, you can also say that in a couple of games they were chasing 200 odd, right? So sometimes when you look to play shots in T20 cricket, it perhaps doesn't come off because obviously they need a breezy start in the power play, 100 plus targets. So yeah, maybe the next game she would fire again. Obviously, she got out to, I think she got out to Gardner, right? She got out again Gardner.
Yeah,
So there's a matchup that works pretty well against her. So maybe perhaps
and
in the next game
and
she's
that's what
too.
was surprising, Bharat, because as a batter, you're of course aware. I mean, she's literally Gardner's
Mm.
bunny. To be
Yes,
honest,
yes.
she should have been more aware of it. But also, Bharat, I don't know if you noticed this during the even when Royal Challengers Bangalore was batting.
Mm.
Everyone in the team seemed pretty excited, but Mandana seemed very worried and bogged down.
Yeah, the same thing. I think captains is kind of turning out to be a burden for her, at least in this WPL. It seems like that. You go right down to history of cricket, 140 years or 145 years. There are certain captains who seem to thrive when they're given that leadership role. Uh, that doesn't seem to be the case with Manana. Obviously, even if you look at Sneerana, she might have made a mistake or two, but if you look at her body language, it doesn't feel like she gets bogged down by that leadership role at least. But that isn't the case with I think Mandana. I think she's better off. At least it looks like that to be just a free-flowing batter who can come in and play a lot of shots.
Maybe good for Herman that way.
Yes.
But
And you can see that even with Haley Matthews, right? I think when she's the captain, she doesn't seem like she's the same kind of player. She's looking to take singles. It feels like she gets bogged down by the captaincy role. But in the WPL, she's been a different kind of player.
Bharat, Sophie Devine 66 or 45
Yes,
didn't really play a Sophie Devine kind of an
yes,
innings,
yes.
but maybe has sealed her spot in the next match.
Yeah, as you know, she's not exactly been the best of form. I think. I don't think she did that well in the T20 World Cup. Even if you go back to Super Smash, I don't remember at least. The New Zealand Super Smash over 4 or 5 games, I don't think she did well. Might be before that she had scored some runs, but she hasn't exactly been in good form. So for at least from her perspective, 66 of 45 balls, I think is good for her. At least in the next game, she might do well. Though I'm not too sure. They can also obviously could have tried Van Eyck, but yeah, they're going with Sophie Devine. Obviously, she has that hitting prowess, so they're backing her.
Do you think Perry scoring 32 of 25, giving away 43 odd runs? Do you see? I mean, we have been speaking about how Dane could be replacing Divine, but do you think Dane could be replacing Perry in the next match?
It can have, of course, if they're really bold. If the management think tank is really bold, they can do it because see Alice Perry's game. If you look at her T20 game as well, yeah, she can hit the big shot, but someone who looks to take quick singles and twos. That also perhaps is not working for her. So I'm not criticizing any Indian player, but some of the Indian players perhaps don't run between the wickets that
That well.
well. Well, so perhaps it's not really helping her game as well in that respect. And obviously, if she's going to bowl seam, then I think at least upfront she should look for swing. I understand the wide Kookaburra swings only for a couple of overs, but at least she should look for swing rather than looking to hit hard length upfront.
Absolutely. Richa Ghosh failing yet again. She hasn't played a good knock since. Um, Even on the day we lost the semis, she didn't really
Yes.
play well. The match before that also, she didn't score well. A bit of a poor run for her.
Yeah, she's that kind of a player, right? Someone who plays with freedom, someone plays with a lot of adventure. So such kind of players, when they go into rut, they can go. You can have a bit of extended kind of bad phase. So yeah, for such kind of player, it could just be one innings. I think it could be next innings where she could score 30 of 10 balls and you would be clapping all the way. So they definitely there's such kind of players should be given a long run. Obviously, she's a key player and should and they can play for RCB.
So you don't see an Indrani coming in?
Hmm? Sorry?
An Indrani coming in place of
No,
Richa?
no. I think they will definitely continue with that because she's such a key player for them. So this kind of players, I think some of them who can be kind of hit or miss players, they can go through such kind of wade through such a phase where they get through a string of low scores. But definitely they should back her because I'm pretty sure she will make an impact at some point.
Do you think two of the most valuable players for RCB has been Heather Knight and Shriyank?
Yeah, Heather Knight. I think today they could have gambled. Actually, I honestly thought. Obviously now people will say I'm just saying it in hindsight. Instead of Alice Perry, she could have been sent slightly up the order. That's what I felt because she seemed to be in good form. Even if you go back to that semi-final game on a very used pitch against South Africa, the way she was striking the ball right from that time. If you see, I think she's been striking the ball really well on this flat pitch. She could have made a difference. But yeah, they had a set order, and again, that's how they went. But yeah, she's striking the ball really well, and she has been definitely been with the better players. Uh, I can't.
Yeah, now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So I'm saying Sneh Rana, the captain, your thoughts on that?
I think she's more of a, at least in terms of leadership role, I think she's made for it. Yeah, she might have made a couple of mistakes here and there, but even if you see the last over, I think she dived and stopped a boundary or something. That tells you she's someone who can lead by example. See, for example, if your captain is diving around, it would certainly lift the rest of the side. So I think she's made more for the leadership role. So yeah, obviously in this T20 cricket where decisions are taken so instinctively. Suddenly, you can lose the plot a little bit here and there. But I think she did a decent job, at least. Obviously, you can point to again Sutherland bowling the slot, but perhaps she didn't have much of an option there.
Mansi had 3 overs left. Obviously, Kim
Mm.
Garth was expensive. Not too sure about what the team's strategy was,
Mm.
but Sneh Rana continued bowling. Sneh Rana continued to be on the field in spite of the injury, as you said, leading by example.
Yes, it's led by example. Yeah, obviously Vanshi Joshi had a few overs, but I think perhaps she didn't have the she didn't have much confidence in her. And as far as bowling is concerned, yeah, what she did really well after that injury was she was missing her lens. Perhaps she had some pain or something, but she
Yes,
was
she
still
was crying when her hand was getting
a lot of
you know,
a lot of pain. But what I really liked was when she bowled those low full tosses, she really hit the bat hard. So that means despite going through the fine lines of pain and agony, she was still able to think on her feet and hit the bat hard with low full tosses. So that's low full toss is still not that bad a ball. Obviously, batters are hitting low full tosses for sixes, but if you hit the bat hard with the low full toss, a spinner or a pace bowler, you can escape from being hit for a six. So still thinking on her feet despite getting injured.
Ashley Gardner, the bowler, 3 wickets, and she bowled quite fabulously.
Yes. See, Ashley Gardner, I think she sticks to her strengths, and that's I think her key point to look at with Gardner. She doesn't give much room, a little bit of turn, but someone who tries to tuck up the batter. So just sticks to her strengths and reaps the rewards for it.
Absolutely. Tomorrow it's another WPL match, but also Border Gavaskar Trophy is starting, and Bharat will of course join us for the pre-match show and post-match. I hope Bharat you will be there.
Yes.
So Gujarat Giants finally gets on the points table, but RCB yet to get on the points table. 3 matches down, 5 more to go. Road looks stiffer for them. Bharat.
Yeah, as I said, the some as I said, I have nothing against to see with you, Mandana, but it doesn't come across as captain who can turn things around. That's how it feels like. Obviously, I understand in T20 cricket, if you win a couple of matches, I've seen even in the IPL or even in the WBBL, a lot of leagues. Just you go on to win in the next 4 or 5 matches. So that might have, who knows, RCB might have a turnaround. But the way it is going, looking at some of the field placements, looking at some of the bowling changes and kind of body language that is there, I think it would take a brave man to bet on RCB turning this around.
Bharat, a huge topic to speak on and a huge news. Laura Woolward replacing Beth Mooney.
Yeah, Laura Ulvart, yes, she's someone, as we have seen, someone who very good through the offside, plays a lot of shots through the offside. So, opening the batting, I think she might do well on this kind of pitches. Someone who thrives on pace on the ball and this kind of tracks where there's even bounce, she might be a decent replacement. So, let's see.
Right, but as long as Dunkley is playing this well, I don't know
Mm.
if Woolward directly comes in.
No,
But of course,
somewhere if they want down the line, that's what I said. Might be a decent displacement.
absolutely. Thank you, Bharat, so much for joining me for the post show of Gujarat Giants versus Royal Challengers
Just
Bangalore. Gujarat
just wanted
Giants
to
have
add a
won.
point on
Yes,
Dunkley.
sure. Yes, sure.
Fine, yeah. Thing that interests me with Dunkley is if you look at her trigger, she always has this back foot trigger, but she's still able to somehow get on the front foot and hit through the line, through covers, through extra cover. This is something that shows I think she has really good foot. quick footwork, as I say, twinkle toed footwork. That's one point I noted because I always thought she's someone who's a backward player. So her front foot game didn't exactly be that great, but she keeps proving her doubters wrong.
Well, good for Gujarat Giants that she has proved her doubters wrong. But she has played. She has been
Yeah,
playing such blinders
yes, yes,
since the
yes.
World Cup warm up
Yeah,
games.
for last 4 5 years, right? Even for Surrey Stars and
Yes, absolutely.
yes, yes, yes,
Absolutely. She has been amazing. I think ever since Dunkley has been promoted up the order, she has
yes,
been playing this well.
yes,
Right, Bharat? Thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow, it's, of course, the Delhi Capitals versus the Mumbai Indians,
yes,
Meg Lanning versus
yes,
Harmanpreet
yes,
Kaur.
yes.
It will be it will
Going
be an
back to
interesting
World
one.
Cup. Going
Sorry?
back to T20 World Cup. Going back to T20 World Cup. Traveling back in
Absolutely.
time.
And time for Harmanpreet Kaur with the momentum with Mumbai Indians to take
Yes,
revenge on Meg Lanning. And we will be here doing the preview, the review of the match. So don't forget to join us. And of course,
yes,
at
yes,
9 a.m., we join you guys for our teeing off show. There's
yes,
the fourth test match between India and Australia is also
yes,
starting. So Atra is there in Ahmedabad. He will be sending in the fan videos, the preview, the latest news and updates. So keep
yes,
following Rev Sports
yes.
in Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep enjoying sports. Thank you so much. Good night, Bharat.
Thank you for that.